All animal flesh eaters are admissioned to the lake of fire? Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to do a response video to a video that Disciple Line University did. Now, they have 118 subscribers, so I perceive that these guys are, they're just some new booties popping up on YouTube, calling themselves trying to, teach out of the Holy Scriptures. These guys must be some newbies. They must be scrubs. I mean, like, who are these guys? Now, this is a video they did that was uploaded 2 weeks ago. At the time they uploaded this video, they had 258 views. They probably have more now. I mean, it is a video that was uploaded 2 weeks ago, but this is an issue that needs to be addressed. Now, I don't know where they got this concept of, we're going to burn in the lake of fire for eating the flesh of animals. Because if that's the case, then how are we going to keep the Passover? How are we going to keep the Passover if we cannot eat lamb? Now, this is Exodus 12 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be to you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Which is normally around where the springtime begins at. Where things starts to, spring forth, and the leaves starts to grow on trees and the grass starts to regrow again. The bushes starts to grow beautiful, flowers and things of that nature starts to grow. It always happens around that time of the year, which is where the first month begins at, which is around the springtime. It says, Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, in the 10th day of this month, the first month, which normally starts around the springtime, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. Okay, and a lamb, according to the Holy Scriptures, that's a clean beast. We're allowed to eat lamb. Okay. Now, a part of keeping the Passover is we have to cook lamb. Lamb has to be roasted with fire. So here it is, here it is. The Lord is going to cast us in a lake of fire for eating lamb. Right? But then he told around and told us to keep his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of his ability. That's confusion. And the Lord is not the author of confusion. The Lord is not the author of confusion, okay? And that's being double-minded. How's the Lord going to get on us for not keeping his Passover, but then turn around and cast us in a lake of fire for eating lamb on the Passover? That's confusion. Okay? The Lord told Moses and Aaron to tell us this back then during the time of Egypt. And that also applies today. America's the new modern day Egypt. It says, and if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it from the sheep or the goats. Okay? And ye shall keep it until the 4th day of the month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the house wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire. So here the Lord is telling you, you're supposed to eat that lamb in that night. And that's at sundown. The lamb has to be roasted with fire and unleavened bread. Okay, yeah, the bread has to be unleavened because, during that time, we was on a run from the Egyptians. So you didn't have time to put leavening in the bread. Because when you put leavening in bread, it takes the bread longer to cook. So generally, if the bread is flat, it cooks faster. Take a tortilla, take a tortilla flatbread for an example. I'm talking about the tortilla corn flatbread. Completely flat, right? Now, take some grease smeared in your pan and take the tortilla flatbread and put it in there and watch how quick it cooks. Okay? It's going to cook fast, very fast, because it is unleavened bread. There's no leavening in it. So it says, and with bitter herbs shall ye eat it. Right? The bitter herbs is supposed to remind you of the suffering we endured in Egypt. Okay? And the bitter herbs is also supposed to remind us of Yahushua's suffering as well. From when he became that ultimate sacrificial lamb on that cross. Eat not of it raw, because you're not supposed to eat meat with blood in it, nor sodden it at all with water. Right? You're not supposed to put hot sauce on it, or barbecue sauce, or teriyaki sauce, or whatever. Okay, now don't get me wrong, you can put salt on it. You can put salt, pepper on it, you can season it a bit, but you still have to eat it quickly. But roast with fire, and his head and his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning shall ye burn with fire. Thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt will I execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses wherein ye are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day, now listen carefully, this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it to a feast, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations, and ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. So did you hear that? Did you hear that? This is an ordinance forever. That means even to this very day, even in this generation, we still got to keep the Passover. And we have to keep the Passover according to how the Lord said we ought to keep it. Okay? I'm not going to risk losing my salvation for not eating lamb on the Passover, okay? So what is this man talking about? The Lord's gonna cast you in the lake of fire for eating any kind of animal flesh? Are you out of your mind, man? Okay. What about Isaac in the book of Genesis? Let's get that real quick. Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. Okay. So this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. Okay, real quick, let's look at what venison is. Hey, I guess Isaac is going to be cast in the lake of fire, right? When he come back, even though Isaac is one of Yahweh's reincarnations. You know, I guess the Most High is going to cast Yahweh in the lake of fire for eating venison, fucking over 6,000 years ago. Hey, because the scriptures speak about that, right? If the Lord is going to judge you. You know, nobody gets past not being judged by the Lord. If you commit wickedness according to the Holy Scriptures, the Lord is going to judge you, right? So, 2,000 years ago, Yahweh ate meat, okay? Yahweh kept the Passover. The Holy Scriptures tell you that Yahweh was perfect throughout all his generation. Right? So I guess when Yahweh come back, he has to atone for his sins because he ate lamb on all of his Passovers. No, the Most High is going to show up inside of Yahweh's chariot and kick Yahweh out the chariot and toss him in a lake of fire because he was eating lamb 2,000. Look, get out of here, man. The Lord is not going to cast somebody in a lake of fire for eating animal flesh. Now, don't get me wrong. There are animals that are unclean that you're not supposed to eat, like pork. You're not supposed to eat pork. You're not supposed to eat animal with paws. That means cats, dogs, wolves, you name it. Bears. You're not supposed to eat those animals. You're not supposed to eat animals with paws. You're not supposed to eat ostriches. You're not supposed to eat owls or bats. Bats are rodents. Literally, bats are literally flying rats. No, let's see. What is venison? So let's scroll over here, okay? So you see venison comes from deer. Okay, venison originally meant the meat of a game animal, but now refers primarily to the meat of an antlered ungulates such as a elk or deer. Venison can be used to refer to any part of the animal so long as it is edible, including the internal organs. Okay. So venison is a form of meat, right? So was Isaac going off for eating venison? Let's get Genesis the 27th chapter. You guys are off your rocking chair. Talking about the Lord's gonna cast us in a lake of fire for eating animal flesh. So this is going into the account of when Jacob had put goat skin on his arms and on his shoulders, legs or whatnot, and then he came to his father Isaac in order to receive of Esau's blessing. So I'm gonna just start at Genesis chapter 27, verse 22, right? And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau, and he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And Jacob said, I am. And Isaac said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison. Okay? That my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And Isaac his father said unto him, come near and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelt the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. So the point there is that Isaac ate venison. Now, it's all throughout the Holy Scriptures, man. It's in our nature to eat meat. Okay, so I guess we can't eat fish either, right? Because fish is considered animal flesh. Because fishes are basically the animals of the sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, view the chapter, said, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the what? Wait, the Lord said this? No, wait a minute. Oh, now see? You see what I mean? That's confusion. Okay, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat. Oh, so wait a minute. We can't eat animal flesh. There is a such thing as animals on this planet that we can eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. But somehow, though, the Lord's going to have a change of heart, and he's going to start feeling bad for the animals. So now he's going to start judging humans for killing animals and marketing them. Come on, man. Really. So the Lord is going to cast a baby, not even a baby. The Lord is going to cast an 8-year-old child into the lake of fire for eating chicken. Okay. Like you guys and your logic, man, it don't make any sense. That means we all have no hope of salvation because we're eating meat. I mean, shit. I just bought me a sub from Subway. It's got a little bit of tuna on it. It's got some rotisserie chicken on it, some lettuce with extra onions, extra mayo, the Baja chipotle sauce, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, black olives, tomatoes, with sesame cheese bread, roasted, toasted. The Lord, I guess the Lord is going to destroy me for eating that sub, right? Like get like look, man. Like 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 uh like my man Amawan Ibad said, if you're not a prophet that the Lord have set up to teach, please keep your mouth shut, man. Jake always trying to teach out of the scriptures, and then he end up making a fool out of himself. And I know they trying to teach out of the scriptures because the only book, the only book where you're going to hear about the lake of fire at is in the Holy Scriptures. Okay, so these are the beasts, the flesh and animals that we can eat, which the Lord have said out of his own mouth. The Lord said this. The Most High. That's the Lord in all caps. The Most High said these things to Moses and Aaron. So the Lord told Moses and Aaron to say to the children of Israel, these are the flesh of animals that ye shall eat. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed. Like like elk, deer. Like I showed you a picture of the elk and the deer. Okay? They're cloven footed. And when you look at their foot, it literally divided the hoof. Okay? And cheweth the cud. Another word for cud is grass. Among the beasts, that shall ye eat. So we can eat deer, we can eat buck, we can eat bull, we can eat cow. Where do you think beef comes from? That comes from cows. Where do you think steak comes from? That comes from the that comes from the bovine family. That comes from the cow family. Steak, lamb. Where do you think lamb comes from? That comes from sheep. That comes from goats. Okay? Now, you cannot eat horse meat. You cannot eat horse meat, but you can eat buck, you can eat elk, you can eat deer, you can eat hind. You can eat cow. You can eat bulls. Okay. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat. So the Lord is giving you a clear distinction between the animal flesh that you can eat and cannot eat. Of them that chew the cud, okay, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide a hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Okay? Yeah, if you look at a camel, I believe a camel has paws, kind of like what a cat or a dog has. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but the divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Just real quick, I just want to look up what a coney is, because these devils, they love selling hot dogs, calling them cheese conies. Well, let's look up what a coney is. Okay, what is a coney? Okay. See, that's wicked. Coney hot dogs, cheese coney. That's wicked. So a coney is a rabbit. So you're not supposed to eat rabbits. Okay. It says in the hare. Let's look up what a hare is. Okay. What is a hare? Just giving you a visual. Okay. So a hare still falls under the rabbit family. See, it looks like a rabbit. So hares are like rabbits or jackrabbits. Okay. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Yeah, you look at a hare's feet, he has paws. Okay, so you cannot eat hare or rabbits. And I believe rabbits fall under the rodent family, just like mice do. You're not supposed to eat mice. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you, right? Because a pig eats anything. They don't have sweat glands. Pigs are filled with parasites and tapeworms. So you're not supposed to eat pork. Okay, the Lord just told you right here, Leviticus 11:7, pork is unclean to you. Don't eat pork. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. So these are the animals in the waters that you can eat. The animal flesh in the water that you can eat. Whatsoever have fins and scales, like salmon, tuna, sardines, anchovies, haddock. Yeah, haddock is another one. Okay, tilapia, that's another one. Okay, these are all fishes that have fins and scales. So if it lives in the seawater life, if it lives under the ocean, if it do not have fins or scales, you're not supposed to eat it. That means you're not supposed to eat octopus, you're not supposed to eat sharks, you're not supposed to eat catfish, you're not supposed to eat squids, you're not supposed to eat there's people out there that actually eat jellyfish. You know how nasty that sounds? Who the hell eats jellyfish? You got some people out there that eat eels, electric eels. You're not supposed to eat eels. You're not supposed to eat stingrays. You're not supposed to eat jellyfishes. You're not supposed to eat whales. You're not supposed to eat hammer sharks. You're not supposed to eat swordfish. I mean, come on, man. The list goes on and on. You're not supposed to eat squid. You're not supposed to eat crabs. You're not supposed to eat lobster. You're not supposed to eat shrimp. You're not supposed to eat clams. So whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers of all that move in the waters. So look, the Lord is making a clear distinction. He's giving you a discernment between the foods, the animal flesh that are clean and that are unclean, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers of all that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination to you. Okay. Okay. So let's type in sea creatures and all. Like, come on, Jake. All you have to do is just research. You know, all you got to do is type in sea creatures that have not fins and scales. And then let's go to images. Sea creatures that have not fins or scales. No fins, no scales, no good. Well, these fishes clearly have fins and scales. But here's an example of sea creatures that have not fins or scales. Okay, see if this picture will sharpen up. Okay, look at that. That's a shark. That's a whale. That's a dolphin. Look at that. That's a lobster. That's a whale. That's an eel, coral, a seahorse. Okay, that's a fish right there. You can actually eat that. That has fins and scales. But you cannot have walrus. You cannot have seals. You cannot have pelicans. You cannot eat seagulls. You know, you cannot eat cormorants. You cannot eat iguanas. You cannot eat penguins. You cannot eat stingrays. You cannot eat sea urchins. You cannot eat shrimp. You cannot eat starfish. You cannot eat otters. You cannot eat clams. You cannot eat crabs. You cannot eat sea turtles. You know, there's people out there, they eat sea turtles. You cannot eat sea lions. Okay, and right here gives you an example of clingfish. See, this is a fish with fins and scales. Actually, no, I wanted to keep that open. Let's see, google.com. Okay, so anything in the seas that have not fins or scales, they shall be even an abomination to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcass an abomination. Okay? Whatsoever have no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination to you. And if you notice, the Lord repeated himself 3 times. Okay? Most High was like, let me make myself clear one last time. If they have not fins or, because you know sometimes you have to repeat shit to Jake, man. Cause Jake, he'll just be sitting there daydreaming and shit. Yo, bro, you listening? Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, come on, Jake. So yeah, sometimes you gotta repeat things like 3 times, so Jake can get it. So the Lord made it clear 3 times: if I have not fins or scales, they shall be an abomination to you. And these are they which have, and these are they which shall have, with which ye, oh, these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls, which are the flying animals, animals that fly. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination to you. The eagle and the ostrich and the osprey. Okay, let's look up what an osprey is. Let me see. What is an osprey? Okay, so this is an osprey. It kind of looks like an eagle, but they're known as sea hawks. So ospreys are like a form of hawks. Okay, and the vulture. Okay, you know what vultures are for? They literally feast on the dead bodies of animals that die out there. Okay, you can say that vultures are like scavengers. And the kite after his kind. Let's look up what a kite is. What is an kite? Now watch how they show me an actual kite. You fucking morons. All right. Let me just. What is an animal kite? So this is a kite right here. Kite birds. Is a kite a type of hawk? Well, let's see. Kite is the common name for certain birds of prey in the family, subfamilies. Some authors use terms hovering kite and soaring kite to distinguish between elanders and the Melvin kites, respectively. Okay, so birds of prey belong to one of the subfamily. Okay, warm regions, worldwide warm regions. So this is a kite right here. See, now you have a good idea of what a kite looks like. So that's a kite right there. You're not supposed to eat that. And every raven after its kind. Do I really got to type in what a raven look like so you don't eat it? So you're not supposed to eat ravens. And I'm speaking to the Israelites. Okay, you heathens, you can eat whatever you want. You're not under the law, statutes, or commandments. My people, the Israelites, are. So I'm really doing this video for our people, even though 2/3 are not gonna get it. But still, rather if they hear or rather if they forbear, like the Lord said in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter. Okay, and the owl and the nighthawk and the cuckoo and the hawk after his kind. Okay, what is a cuckoo? Let's see what a cuckoo is. Cuckoo. Cuckoos. So I guess they call them cuckoos today. So a cuckoo kind of, it's a bird that look like this. So you're not supposed to eat that. And the little owl and the cormorant and the great owl. Now they already showed you a picture of what the cormorant looked like, but let's just type it in again. What is a cormorant? Okay, so this is a cormorant. They like to live around like watery areas. What does it mean if you see a cormorant? So, this is what a cormorant looks like. And the swan and the pelican and the gyre eagle and the stork and the heron after her kind and the lapwing and the bat. A lapwing, I believe, is another form of a bat. Let's go ahead and type in a lapwing here. What is a lapwing? Okay, so this is a lapwing. No, I didn't know. So, but that's why you look. That's why you look up things. So this is what a lapwing looks like. Okay, this is a lapwing. And of course, the bat. You come on, man. We all know what a bat is. See what is an heron? What is an heron? So this is a heron right here. Okay, herons. They almost kind of look like pelicans. So this is a heron. Okay? All fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination to you. All right, and that's talking about insects. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping. So you pretty much get the point. All right. So according to the scriptures, we can eat animal flesh. With that, I'm gonna say shalom is on to the next one.